What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here at my channel. Hopefully you all had a very good weekend. It's Monday, back at work. Happy days, as you can tell. If you like the content, please drop a like, comment, subscribe. Wanted to make mention, the analytics have shown that 75% of you guys that watch my videos aren't subscribed. Got 420 subscribers, so percentage wise you can see how many subscribers that is that I'm potentially missing out on. If you do like the content, please subscribe. It would help me out a lot. Helps get my content out there with the algorithm, as well as liking and actually just viewing the video. So, you know, if you're looking to help a small channel out, to build a community with a bit more interaction, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe as well. We'll get straight into it. Not heaps that has happened this weekend, but a bit of developments, I guess, especially with Rafinha in particular. But we'll get started first with Tyler Adams. He's come out saying he really wants to move. Everton are looking at him as well, apparently, but he's touted to be worth 13 million, which that's come down quite a bit from the original valuation. Everyone thought it was going to take 40 million pounds to get him, but that sort of money's just come down quite a bit. 13 million pound. Look, that's not the worst amount of money in the world to get him in for. If we were to do that, I would say we've got to get him and Camara in. It's down on my list, but I'll put it out there first. Connor at One Leeds fan channel made mention that a Twitter page, who usually is quite reliable with breaking stories, has come out and said that apparently there's a medical to be done for Camara on Monday morning. Obviously Monday morning here in Australia, but it's not Monday morning in England. So I'll know more tonight if that's happening. Very hush if that has happened. If it has, fantastic. I really like Camara. And part of me thinks, you know, maybe bring in Tyler Adams as a backup. You know, you lose Phillips, but you bring in Rocker, Camara, and Tyler Adams. You know, all you've done is spend the Phillips money. Kamara's touted to be 30 million pounds, so 30 million for Camara and 13 million for Tyler Adams. I'd say that's, you know, you spent the Phillips money on two replacements, as well as Mark Rocker as to play on the other side. So I don't mind Tyler Adams if he's not the replacement for Phillips. As long as he is, you know, as long as you have two options there, because you got to remember that we're replacing a player who is quality. You have to bring two players in because there is a good chance that one of them doesn't do as well as we thought. Likelihood is, I think it will be Tyler Adams that's not as good. I really think Camara is going to be like a little Kante sort of player. But yeah, I think, you know, when you lose a player for that much money, you have to replace with two and hope that one of them does well. It's a gamble. It's a numbers game, and you just got to hope that they actually do the job they're supposed to do and acclimatise to the Premier League. It's really not an easy thing to do, to replace Kalvin Phillips. But move on to the next one. Leeds told to pay 40 million euros for Charles de Ketelaere. I think that's great. Go get him. I think that why not just spend the cash and go get him in, even with the developments, and we'll come on to it, but I might as well make mention, even with the developments that Rafinha wants to stay at Leeds, even for 6 to 12 months, just to make sure that the Barcelona deal can go ahead. I'm frustrated because now I feel like Rafinha's taken us for a ride and Deco's taken us for a ride, and at the end of the day, he's not worth what Barcelona are willing to stump up. And I get he wants to go there, and I understand that you got to take these things into account, but you're Leeds United's asset. Unfortunately, Leeds United own you as a player. You don't just get to make decisions of where you go if it's for way less than what you're worth. And the fact that he didn't, you know, he was so angry at Rennes for selling him for 17 million, but now he's happy for Leeds to undervalue him just because he wants the move. Like, I'm a bit frustrated at him at the moment. And, you know, yes, he sticks around and he's a fantastic player, and I'd be forcing him to stay for 12 months. And I did think in the past, maybe you do keep him for 12 months, try and stay up again, replace him next year. Problem is, with the players we want to come in, we sort of want his money to go through, so it's not going to cost the club too much out of what they make from the Premier League money. You know, if we get 150 million from the Premier League, 100 million on wages, like as we are, that's 50 million left over, and that 50 million so far has gone on the 3 players we brought in. We have the Phillips money left over, which we spoke about, Camara and Adams, but now we don't have. I mean, we will have money left over, but because I think the club's in a good financial place. We've got the 49ers that probably invested some sort of money, and we made 20 million last year, but you don't want to be dipping into that as well. You'd rather sell Rafinha on and then be able to bring 2 more players in with that money and still be in a financial state that maybe in January, depending on how we're travelling for the year, because remember, Jesse Marsch is unproven and he may struggle this year. This project may not work. At least in January, you have the funds to fix it. Yes, if Rafinha's here, I do think it will stay up. But when his head's been turned, is he going to be the same player? You know, yes, hopefully he performs the same. I think he would. I don't think he's sort of player to sort of, you know, drop down tools. But I do believe that he'll have a good World Cup. And if he showcases himself in the World Cup, doesn't need to do as well in the league, and he can afford to sort of not give as much as a crap. But I don't know. I'm a bit frustrated by the whole entire thing, if I'm really, really honest with you. Just want him to, at this point, I just want him to leave. I want my £65 million, and I want us to go get Cody Gakpo and Decathlon. Like, now, with Rafinha not leaving, we can only get one of the two. I think we'll only get one of the two and keep Rafinha, which, you know, yes, it works, but it's so frustrating. Let me know in the comment section below whether you want to keep Rafinha or whether you sell him. Like I said, I really, really, really think that we should just get rid of him at this point. Doesn't want to be here anymore. He's made that very clear. He doesn't want to be a Leeds United player. Otherwise, he would have, just said, I'll stay for another 12 months in the first place. But the fact that he's started to force moves everywhere, so Barcelona will stomach some more cash. Apparently, they can only afford 51, 52. Well, you're still 13 million short. Like, yeah. Let me know in the comment section below. I'm just getting more and more frustrated the more I talk about it, so I'll move on. McAtee wants to stay at Man City. Rangers are also apparently meant to swoop for the Leeds United target. I do believe we really want to get McAtee in, but he wants to stay under Pep and play under that guidance and develop his game. So, yeah, it's hard to pull a youngster away from Man City who is touted to be the next big thing. And, like I said, he wants to stay at Man City. So, whether it gets a crack or not, I don't know. But I guess we'll watch that unfold. Ahmed Traore, Leeds have apparently made a bid. It doesn't say what the bid is. It just says they made a bid. Again, I'll state, because I've had a few comments asking prices and saying it's all bullshit. Remember, I read articles. I find an article. It's transfer rumours. I'm not stating what I know. I'm just saying I'm just talking about what's in the news. I'm basically just regurgitating information and giving you my thoughts. So I've seen that we're in for Ahmed Traore. No idea how much. He has popped up before. I like the kid, but I don't think I'd rather get Camara in. And if all the reports are true, we'll have Camara in, which I'll be very, very happy with. But we'll see how that one unfolds. But it didn't give me a price tag or anything. And I actually prefer to get Traore in rather than Tyler Adams, if I'm honest with you. But like I said, if you get a package of Camara and Adams for 43 million, it's probably not bad getting 2 players in for the price of one with Phillips. Next up, Alioski has terminated his contract as the Saudi Arabian club. I think it was Saudi Arabian club that he was playing for was relegated. Seen a few fans saying we should get Alioski back in. It's hard because I said that we can't look in the past and say it, because you got to remember Alioski wasn't great for us either. He had a couple of games, and yes, he's better than Firpo, but all you're doing is replacing a player that we don't think is good enough with a player that we didn't think was good enough as well. Like, you just be bringing him in. Yeah, they might fight it out, but you got 2 players there that you don't think are good enough. And yes, there's now depth, which is fair. That's a fair point. And I don't think he won't cost much at all. I think it's obviously just wages. But you got to remember, we've got to move on. We can't just live in the past of the championship days. Alioski was an okay left back in the championship, or a decent left back in the championship. He was probably on his day an average left back in the Premier League. There was a lot of times he was a below average left back in the Premier League. So, you know, I don't know what his wages would cost. Is it if we brought him in, would I be unhappy? No. I'd just say, okay, well, let's just back up at left back. We still need a good left back signing, and Junior Firpo isn't it. So we just have two players at left back that aren't good enough. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of Alioski, but that's my thoughts. I just didn't rate him at Leeds, and I think a lot of fans forget how poor he was 75% of the time. And that's being generous, because there was games where he had a couple of goals, he scored some good goals, but and I guess he defended okay, but he isn't the guy going forward. Like I said, bring him in as a role player, bring him in so he can play cup games, and play as left back, if need be when our starter's out, and the starter should be somebody new. Don't know who, but somebody new. Apparently we've been talking to Cody Gakpo all weekend. The last video I made, or video beforehand, we were talking about Cody Gakpo. It's still rumbling on. There's not really a fee touted or anything either. I've seen anywhere between 30 and 40 million, but that seems to be the going thing at the moment. So don't crucify me in the comments just because I put a number out there. That's why I try not to put a number on it if I don't know. Yeah, touted to be 30 to 40 million. Not too sure. Doesn't seem to have progressed a lot. Him and De Ketelaere, it feels like those are going to just drag on right until the end, just like DePaul did, and we just won't get him. Just got that feeling now. I think Gakpo's more likely, but I've got that feeling it's just going to drag on and come to nothing. And last of all, with Sonny Perkins. Apparently we've been given the green light to sign him. There's a few clubs that are in for him. Striker from West Ham, if you don't know. Look, he's just one for the future. I don't know what he'd be worth, but and how much it'll cost to get him in, but that's just one for the future. So see how that one develops. Hopefully he does well and comes straight into the squad. I mean, that'll be a cheap striker that will do well, but I think it's going to take him a couple of years to really get himself ready at Leeds United before he'd be kicking on. So yeah, no real opinion on that one. Just get him in as a 23s. Sure, I'm happy with that. Need another striker in the 23s now that Greenwood and Gelhardt are sort of going to be playing in the senior squad. It looks like Greenwood really is. There's contract talks for him. Looks like he's going to be an attacking option for us at centre attacking mid this year, which I like off the bench. He come on, he did all right in a few games, and I liked him in the 23s, but obviously the 23s to the Premier League is a big step up. But yeah, give him a crack this year, see how it goes. Could be pleasantly surprised. We know his set pieces are unreal. So if we get a few this year, hopefully we can stand over and get some goals in the back of the net, and yeah, see how it goes. So yeah, longer video, I guess. 13 minutes at this stage. I'll cut a little bit down, but this is the start and finish, and hopefully enjoy the content. Again, 75% of you aren't subscribed when you watch this, and when I say 75%, I mean like your reoccurring viewers. So you constantly come back, but you haven't subscribed yet. So if you could, that'd be fantastic. Just help me out. And yeah, I'll see you on tomorrow's video. Peace.